Welcome back. We are at Dixon Rec Center here at Oregon State University, home of all 3 championship intramural basketball games, and this year they did them consecutively. We're on the tail end of a triple header here, Josh, and this is going to be a great game between the Daniels of the All U and then Sig Ep from the Greek bracket.
Yeah, it's all culminated to this. This is what it all comes down to. The all-university champions. These players from both teams are already champions because Sig Ep has already won the Greek championship last night, whereas Daniels won the men's championship last night as well. Now coming together to try to tack on one more title to their name. In fact, all these players already have had intramural championships already. For example, Matt Weiss, who plays on Sig Ep, won the indoor baseball and wiffle ball championship. Zach Twitchell, also from Sig Ep, won the wheelchair basketball championship. And Chase Bansimer, who just was in the championship game of the co-rec just about 10 minutes ago, lost in that one. But we did have Robert Phillips on the Daniels team, who just added a co-rec championship to his name, and he has a chance to add an all-U title as well.
Definitely some prolific rec sports athletes here today, and a lot of these, just you can use these teams as an example. A lot of these guys, and they just like to do the co-rec sports. I mean, it's fun. It's a good way to stay competitive. A few of these guys actually have played collegiate basketball. Why don't you tell us a little bit about them?
For the Daniels team, 3 of them actually played at Lynn Benton Community College, actually. Those 3 guys for the Daniels teams, Kelly Christensen, who played 2 years at LBCC. He's one of their best players. In fact, he had 16 points in the men's championship. He had 4 3-pointers in that game. Also, Chase Bansimer played 2 years at LBCC and 1 year at Oregon Institute of Technology. And Trevor Daniels, who's just getting introduced right now, will be wearing number 23. He's wearing an Elmira High School practice jersey, but he also played at LBCC as well. He had 12 points in the semifinals to get into this game, and he's one of the team leaders for the Daniels team.
And the Daniels have not lost this year. They're 9-0 on the year, 6-0 in the men's tournament. And it's not just them that are undefeated, Josh.
It is not just them, also Sig Ep, 7-0. They needed a 1-point double overtime in their first game of the season, but they've cruised in the next 6. Although they did have a hard-fought game against Sigma Alpha Epsilon in the game to get into this one. Ended up winning by 6 in that one in the Greek championship, but they are a smothering defensive team. They held SAE scoreless in the last about 3.5 minutes in that game. It was tied with 5 minutes left at 23 apiece, and it was Sig Ep that just won the last 5 minutes. That was the difference, and that's why they're being able to have a chance to play for the All-U championship tonight.
Part of the reason that they've had such success this year is they really like to post up Lyle Reinerson out of Oregon City High School. In a little info on him, 15 points in the semifinals, including 9 of 10 from the free throw line and 2 3-pointers. So he's getting it done down low, getting to the line, and he's got range as well. So we'll watch out for him on Sig Ep.
Yeah, and he hit 7 key ones in the second half that ended up sealing it for Sig Ep. He was the difference in the game for them. In fact, no other player on their team had more than 5 points in that game, although it's not a testament to the lack of offense from other players. It was just Reinerson really took over in that one. But we'll see some offensive performances. For example, getting introduced right now, Todd Moore, and you'll see him with the very patriotic shooting sleeve on his right arm. He also works at Dixon Rec Center, so not only is he trying to make his fraternity proud, he's trying to win a championship for the Dixon Rec Sports themselves.
And we're seeing some good camaraderie at center court before the tip here. Players shaking hands and giving each other high fives, so we'll look for a nice clean game. Lyle Reinerson with the tip, but it's won by the Daniels. Ball being brought up by Kelly Christensen. Shot up, no good. Rebound fought for, and second chance opportunity for the Daniels.
And Christensen hit his first 4 3-pointers. Want to do a little heat check to start the game right here. Missed that one, but offensive rebound for Daniels.
Puts it up easy there for Jeff Brink. First team all-league back in his high school days at Pleasant Hill High School. Sig Epp working the ball around the perimeter. Reineson kicks it over to Twitchell. Feeds the ball inside, almost stolen, dug out, shot up, no good. Rebound fought for and controlled by the Daniels. Under a minute gone by, and the Daniels with a 2-0 lead. Three-pointer is up, no good. Rebound for Sig Epp. And they're keeping things a little bit slower there. Now they're picking up the speed. Had some trouble on the dribble there, but that's okay. Ball on the far side baseline. Inside along the baseline, double team. Can't get a handle on the pass, and they're going to reset it. Lyle Reineson takes it inside, ball tipped and stolen for Daniels, and they're looking to move. Good hands there from Trevor Daniels. And they're going to reset it. 13:20 left in the first half, just getting underway here. 2-0 lead for the Daniels. Cross-court pass. Doesn't take the shot, dribble drive inside, lay-in is no good. Good defense. Oh, he fights and gets his own rebound. Heads-up play. Shot up and in.
Bansimer for three. He's the guy who just was on the losing side of the COREC championship. He doesn't want to be on that losing side again, trying to will his team to a victory in the All-U championship. Reinierson, though, with a little bit of an answer with a three-pointer. He had one of those in the semifinals. He knocked one down already for Sig Epp.
5-3, Daniels with a 2-point lead early on here. 12:43 left in the first half. Dangerous pass baseline, but it's tipped out of bounds, and Daniels will maintain possession. I saw what they were trying to do there, but it's really well defended by Sig Epp. Bansimer gets around his defender and puts up a, I think he tried to save it or pass it, but no matter what it was, it's a turnover. Sig Epp gains the possession. They trail by 2, but they could get it back, and there they go, their first lead of the night. Sig Epp with their second three-pointer, and they lead 6-5.
Moore only had 5 points, and he knocked down that three-pointer right there. He had 1-3 in the semis, but only had 5 points in that game, almost totaling his output from the semifinals, that shot right there.
Daniels dribbles in, mid-range jumper, rims out. Daniels is a shooter first. He's a guy who, if he's got the ball in his hand, he's going to look to score no matter if there's 2 guys on him or not. Three-pointer up, looks short, is rebound fought for, controlled by the Daniels. Daniels looking to move, and they're going to dig it out. Phillips fakes the drive inside. And they're trying to work the post game a little bit here, but oh, an easy baseline drive, can't put it up, but he's fouled. He'll be shooting 2.
And you can tell Christensen kind of wanted to take that three-pointer. That's kind of all he really does on offense, but when it's not open, he'll drive if he has to, and he'll probably hit these free throws. But he had 4 three-pointers in the semifinals for 16 points.
Kelly Christensen, the 6'3", 175 pounds, out of North Marion High School. He had first team All-League and All-State honors. And we'd like to welcome back Roberto Nelson, who's going to join us as our guest color commentary.
Yes, Kelly is also a manager as well.
Was he on the B-League team?
He was not on the B-League team.
Oh, monstrous block for the Daniels. Robert Phillips gets up and says no.
You guys probably would have beat our B-League team by even more if Kelly was on your team, Roberto.
Yeah, I think there's a few guys who we missed out on, like I said, in the recruiting process, but we're a little short-handed, but it's no excuse.
Reineson takes it inside, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by the Daniels. Robert Phillips passes it up. Christensen inside, dangerous pass, gets it through. Wide open, three-pointer is up and in.
He's going to hit that every time. He was like 4 for 4 from three-point range in the semifinals, Robert Phillips was.
Daniels with a 4-point lead now, 10-6, with under 10 minutes left in the first half. Deep positioning, good post move there. Zach Twitchell out of Wilson High School. And that's his game. He likes to get down low and post his defender up.
Heat check.
Oh.
No good, but rebound dug out and easy too. Good thing Trevor Daniels was there to clean up that mess.
And Phillips walks back half court and says, "Who, me? Who shot that? I didn't do that. That was a pass."
12-8. Daniels with the lead. Drive inside. Hard foul. Seems to be okay. He might have caught a hand to the face.
Well, we have a quick break in the action. I wanted to ask you a question, Roberto. We see a couple of players in the Oregon State basketball team who wear shooting sleeve, Hallis Cook and Devon Collier sometimes, but when you see a shooting sleeve like Todd Moore is wearing with the American flag on, is that something that you would ever do if your teammate wore it? Would you allow that?
I would most definitely allow it. I think I like it. I mean, not too many people have worn anything like that, so I think he's one of a kind. I wish I had that sleeve.
Take inside, what a move. Oh my goodness. Trevor Daniels takes it through 2 defenders, gets it up, and he's fouled.
With a left hand. That was a little bit of up and under, took the contact, and nice play by Trevor Daniels.
He's a scorer first, and he shows us why he's a little reluctant to pass the basketball, because he can get work done with it.
Scorer by volume, as they say.
He just eviscerated me back in my Lynn Benton Community College days.
I don't blame you, Matt.
He's a tough guard. He's a tough guy to guard. Lead is up to 7 for the Daniels, 15-8 with 8:10 left in the first half. Mid-range jumper is blocked. And the Daniels looking to run, pull up 3. Oh, it rims out, but good rebound, put back, no good, tipped and controlled by Sig Epp. They're lucky to not give up any points on that possession there. The Daniels miss an opportunity.
Yeah, it was Pierce Schroeder with that. He didn't score in the semifinal game, took a couple of shots, but was never able to connect on one. You can tell he wants to get on the board, but he's just not able to score on that one.
Jake Smith passes over to the corner, fakes the 3, drive inside, pass along the other side, mid-range jumper is up and in. So Zach Twitchell taking advantage of the mid-range game.
He kind of even faded on that shot too, not really fundamental, just drifts back a little bit, but he still knocked it down.
And they're going to call an illegal pick on Phillips on the Daniels.
I like what Sig Epp is doing. I think they're making the most out of each possession. The other team, the Daniels, they're just coming down, chucking up 3s. So I think Sig Epp's trying to stay in the game with some smart possessions.
So far, it's working for the Daniels, though, with a 5-point lead. Sig Epp with the ball, though, and 7 minutes left in the first half. Deep 3 is up and in, just like that.
Checking up 3s, all of a sudden Sig Epp does that same thing, and it works for them.
Lyle Reinerson gets Sig Epp within 2.
Oh.
Shot up, no good. Second chance point. Oh, nobody boxed him out. So Jeff Brink with a couple of easy points. Gets the lead back to 4 for the Daniels. 17-13. Dribble drive, almost loses the handle on it. Has to get rid of it.
Uh-oh, he has a high hand.
Another, an air ball. Daniels looks to take advantage of that, and they're going to call a carry. I thought I saw, I wasn't sure if they were going to whistle it. Yep.
Ticky-tack call, but yeah, I agree with it.
Well, 17-13, just over 6 minutes left. Sig Epp with the ball. Reinerson dribbles over and takes a 3. No good. Rebound Daniels. Daniels kicks it over. 3-pointer up to Christensen. No good. Rebound Sig Epp. And so both offenses is slowing down a little bit here.
It's a 3-point.
And he hit nothing but net on that. That was a big 3 from Zach Twitchell for Sig Epp.
His game is getting down low and post up or drive, but he's been hot from the jump shots, except for that one air ball he had a minute ago.
Ball tipped, and second chance for the Daniels. Shot up, no good. Third opportunity. Baseline jumper, fakes it. Drives it inside, puts up the floater, no good. And then 3 opportunities they can't convert. Sig Epp with the ball. Pull up 3, no, he passes it. Kicks over to the top, and they're going to reset it. Ball almost stolen, and he's staying with them. Great defense. You have to really like that effort from Robert Phillips on the Daniels. He was just terrorizing Matt Weiss out of Lake Oswego High School. 17-15, Sigep trails by 2. Ball deep in the low post, puts it up and in over 2 defenders. A really good post move from Lyle Reinison.
That looked like Devon on that play. Nice little spin back to the left side and left hand. Yeah.
4.5 left in the first half. Dribble drive inside, nothing to it for Robert Phillips, making it look easy on that take. Daniels reclaims the lead. They're up by 1, 19-18 with 4:15 left in the first half. Dribble inside, they're going to call a foul. Yep. Good take by Todd Moore. He's a 3-point shooter. That's the man with the sleeve. He's known for being a 3-point shooter, but takes it inside there. Under 4 left. Daniels clinging to a 1-point lead. Really handsy defense leads to a turnover. The Daniels have the advantage defensively so far.
I thought that was off Black.
It was tough to tell, but I don't know.
Do we have replay?
Go to the video review. We have it over here, maybe.
Ball on the baseline. They don't call what looked like a travel, and the shot up, no good. No harm, no foul. Sigep with the rebound and the possession. They trail by 1, 19-18. Oh, and they're going to call that every day. Traveling violation, and that'll be a turnover for Sigep. Daniels with the 1-point lead, 19-18, and now the possession. 3:10 left in the first half. Three minutes left in the half. Nice post move, no good. Oh, and the hard foul. They're going to call a travel on that. He got the rebound, but they're going to call him for the travel. I mean, he hit that floor hard.
Yeah, it was a nice rebound after the miss by Brink, and then I'm surprised he's okay after hitting the deck like that.
3-pointer out of the inbound is up, no good. Rebound fought for, out of bounds. They're going to say it stays Daniels' ball. Some of the crowd don't like it, but no calls are going to get reversed here. Inbound to Daniels. He's going to shoot this. Shot up and in. And Trevor Daniels has got the hot hand for the Daniels.
How did you possibly know that, Matt?
He put that shot up over me a few times. Shot no good. Rebound claimed by the Daniels, but double teamed, and he's able to break out of it. They have the numbers. Oh, and they're going to call a blocking foul. He had an easy dish in a lay-in, but it was actually kind of a smart foul for Sigep there. That would have been an easy 2.
Kind of a 3-on-2 opportunity. Nice play by Robert Phillips to haul down the rebound and then escape out of the scrum, then drop it up. It picks up the blocking foul before any chance for a bucket.
Under 2 minutes left in the first half. Daniels with a 3-point lead and the ball. Bansmer around a pick. Doesn't take it, picks up his dribble, needs some help. And they're going to reset it. Ball in the hand of Christensen around a pick. Puts the 3-pointer up, short. Ball tipped. And
hit whatever you call it, the holding, the post.
It's hard. It's kind of hard for me to see that with these lights blinding me. Maybe I could just watch the monitor. So Sigep with a chance to close the lead. No good. Rebound fought for. That's going to be tipped. White ball. Sigep maintains possession with exactly 1 minute remaining in the first half. 21-18. Daniels with the lead. Sigep with the ball. Drive inside along. They're going to call a foul. Yeah, it was a solid take along the baseline. It took 2 defenders, had to draw the defender over, and he's going to be shooting 2.
And when Reinierson was describing his own style of play, what he said was he shoots first and he drives second. And right there, he switched it up. He drove and then shot. But point being, he's a good driver. He gets down low, and he's probably the most efficient player for Sigep.
Lead down to 2, 21-19. The Daniels with the lead, and he makes a pair. So Daniels lead down to 1, 21-20, the Daniels lead. And they're going to have a chance for a last possession here. 8 seconds left in the first half. Drive inside, great pass, but he can't handle it, and it's a turnover. They're actually going to call a timeout. Sigep's going to call a timeout. Only 6/10 of a second left, though. That was a great dish, just a little low. He couldn't handle it.
Although they call a second Well, I'm not sure if they're going to put time back on the clock here, but it was 0.6 of a second when they called that timeout. They might put 1.6 on the clock. Reinierson, if he was being truthful about this, when he said his junior year in high school, he has a buzzer-beating shot from half court in the Rose Garden. His junior year in high school, he might have to replicate a little bit of that action as we got 1.6 seconds on the clock now. Still a 1-point game for halftime. We'll see if Sig Ep can get a good shot selection here before the end of the half.
You know they're going to be drawing up the play for him. I mean, he's their half-court specialist, Josh. 21-20. The Daniels with a 1-point lead over Sigma Epsilon. Old Sig Ep out of the Greek bracket. Inbound. Oh, and he's got a clean look at it, but I think he held on to it a little too long, and it's nowhere near the rim. So it'll stay a 1-point game going into halftime, 21-20. This is exactly like you predicted, Josh. A really close game so far.
It was close all the way through the Greek tournament, through the men's tournament. Both these teams had a lot of competition. They had some blowouts early in their brackets. Once they got into it, it was a lot of competition. It was hard for me to tell which team is going to be favored in this one. I still don't know who's really favored. We saw Sig Ep was down a little bit early. They made a nice comeback. Roberta, you were talking about how you like Sig Ep's offense a little bit more. We'll get your input just after this interview, but first we're going to kick it over to Anna, who's talking with Todd Moore from Sig Ep.
I'm with Todd Moore right now from Sig Ep. You guys are playing a tight game. What do you plan on doing to take the lead in the second half?
We just got to get some shots to fall down. I mean, we're not getting anything from outside to go in. Lyle's playing really well, the big guy always does, but the rest of us need to pick it up, move off the ball. If we can get some open ones that go down from outside, you know, we'll be looking good. Keep playing good defense. They got good shooters, but we've been in their face. It's been fun, so that's the most important thing, I guess, at this point. So
definitely. All right, well, good luck in the second half. Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you, Matt and Josh.
Thanks, Anna. Another great interview. It's good to have a sideline reporter, Josh. We do Pac-12 football and basketball games on the radio, and we don't have that luxury.
We don't, but we're glad to have that. Not only do we have sideline reporters, but we have Roberto Nelson with us. Roberto, you said Sig Ep had some good offense early. They cut the lead down to 1 at halftime. Did anything change? Did you see the defensive performance step up for Sig Ep? What happened at the end of the second half there?
Well, like I said, I think Sig Ep is doing a great job of, maintaining each possession and getting the best shot that they possibly can. I think that's what's really been working for them. Their outside shot has been falling, and I think they've really controlled the Daniels team. I mean, the Daniels, they like to get out in transition and get a lot of buckets like that. So I just think they're doing a great job of containing them and getting good shots within their offense.
The Daniels team is pretty athletic. They got guys like Trevor Daniels, after all, who was able to hit those floating runners at the elbow, and they got Christensen, who can knock down three-pointers like it's easy. He hasn't been knocking down as many trays so far this game, but it's going to be a good one. Got about 2.5 minutes away from second half play. It's a 1-point game, and I'm looking forward to an exciting finish.
Absolutely, and one last thing about Trevor Daniels. I mean, he's listed at 5'9", 170, and he's small. I mean, compared to these guys out here, these are big guys. But he's going in there, and he doesn't care. He will drive into the teeth of the defense, and he's going to find a shot no matter who's guarding.
Yeah, and he knows he can do this. I mean, when he was in high school, he was named first-team All-League and senior All-Star team back in 2010 when he was at Elmira High School. In fact, he's still wearing the Elmira practice jersey in this game tonight. And he's a guy who played at LBCC for 2 years, along with a couple other guys on this team. So you know they've had collegiate experience coming back and trying to dominate these intramural basketball leagues. So they have some staunch competition in the Greek representatives in Sig Ep.
That's the beauty of the co-rec sports, intramural sports. It doesn't matter who you are. I mean, they have, again, of course, this is the championship game, but there are recreational leagues, the B leagues, that anybody can go play in, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, some teams dress up. Roberto, one team in our league, actually wore Hawaiian button-ups every game. I don't know if you caught that, but that's the kind of stuff that you can see. So if you're watching this and you go, man, this looks fun, I'd like to go relive the glory days or create some of my own. It's any student can play.
I like it. Again, 1-point game. I don't know, Roberto, do you have any predictions for what's going to happen in the second half? You can see Sig Ep pulling it out from a 1-point halftime deficit, or do you see Daniels making some plays down the stretch and pulling it out?
I definitely see the Daniels coming out strong in the second half. I think some of the shots that they got didn't fall like they want them to, like they normally do. So I just think if they come out and play like they normally do and some of the shots start falling, I think you'll start to see the lead start to get bigger.
They had a big win in the semifinals to get to this one. Their offense a little bit lackluster compared to that. The final score in their semifinal game was 53 to 50 was the quarterfinals. And they were able to pick up some big wins. I mean, they had a 30-point victory, another 27-point. They had 3 times actually in the tournament to get to this championship game where they beat teams by 22 or more points. So they're able to get a lot of offense out of these players. And like Roberto said, maybe some of the shots weren't falling, but I thought they got some open looks. And I wouldn't be surprised if they hit a couple in the second half. But then again, I think SIG-EP also has some room to improve, and I bet it's a close one down to the end.
We are excited for the second half here. It's a 1-point game. We're just about to get the second half underway. Matt Walton here with Josh Warden and Roberto Nelson. We got a 3-person crew now. It's a lot of fun having 3. And SIG-EP is going to start the half with the possession. They currently trail by 1. And it's a 15-minute half. Just a little reminder as there's a foul on a drive inside. You want to make some sense of that, Josh?
Yeah, some first half stats. Leading for SIG-EP, Lyle Reinierson with 9 points. Not unlike his semifinal performance when he had 15 in that game, and then 8 points for Twitchell and 3 for Todd Moore.
Drive baseline, nice pass. Oh, blocked though. Solid defense from the Daniels. Oh, but just like that, SIG-EP takes it right back. Nobody called Wolf on that one. Corner 3 is up and in. Big momentum shift for SIG-EP. Todd Moore, sleeve and all, puts up the corner 3 and gives his team the 2-point lead.
He got one of those in the first half. He's actually one of only 3 players for SIG-EP that scored and giving the lead to SIG-EP.
They're going to call a jump ball. That was a phenomenal block. He got the 3-pointer on one end, and he comes down, Todd Moore, and absolutely swats Trevor Daniels. So they call the jump ball. Daniels maintains possession. Ball along the far side corner, trap. Fakes a deep 3. Oh, he could have got the free throws. 3-pointer up and in, though. Gets the lucky bounce and roll. And the Daniels reclaims the lead 24-23 with 13:30 left in the second half.
And those were the shots that Roberto was talking about. That's a shot that's not easy for Christensen, but he can knock those down. He wasn't able to hit a lot of them in the first half, but he puts that one in. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets him going in the second half.
Open 3-pointer, no good. Rebound for the Daniels, and they're looking to move.
Trevor Christensen again.
Trevor kicks it over. 3-pointer is a little flat. Rebound SIG-EP. And a chance to reclaim the lead. Daniels leads by 1, 24-23. Reinierson around to pick. Takes it inside, and there's a foul.
Nice drive by Reinierson. He's able to draw those fouls a lot. I mean, he gets to the free throw, and he had 10 free throw attempts in the semifinals. He's gotten to the line a couple times already tonight, and he's had a chance to already get in double-digit scoring if he hits at least one of these free throws.
The foul on Jeff Brink, who is trying to strip the ball out there. First free throw up and in. So we've got ourselves a tie game, gentlemen, 24 all.
SIG-EP looks like they have more energy right now. I don't know if it's because they got the home court advantage with the fans there, but I just think they're coming out with a little more energy than the Daniels are.
Reinierson makes a pair and gives SIG-EP the lead, 25-24 with 12:10 left in the game. Drive inside, a foul. Oh, and he almost had the and one, just a little bit short. I believe he'll be shooting 2.
Going to call continuation on that? A little bit of a it might have counted. I think it would have counted if it went in.
Yeah, I think it would have. Chase Bansmer will be shooting 2. You don't get those continuation calls. If you watch the NBA a lot, you might go, oh, come on, I should have free throws on that. It doesn't work that way in an intramural game. However, a rare slight continuation there leads to a couple of points for the Daniels as another lead change. Daniels up 26-25 now. John Bricard, the hot hand, almost loses the ball. He's been guarded really tightly by Trevor Daniels, puts up a floater, airballs it. Daniels looking to run. And they've got a 3-on-2, kicks it over left side, drive inside, a foul. Can't get it up. but he'll be shooting. Are they going to give him free throws?
Another continuation there. They're just continuing the continuation calls.
And Sig Ep does not like that. Their fans getting a little rambunctious over there. What do you think, Roberto? Should he be shooting on that?
You know, I don't think so. I don't think that, as far as I know, that's not a continuation. Even if it was NBA, I think he got fouled a lot way before he even went up. So I think it was definitely on the ground.
As it is, the 2 free throws lead to 2 points for the Daniels, and they lead by 3, 28-25. Drive inside, gets past the defender, uses the glass, puts it in. Great move from Jordan Turner. We hadn't seen much of him, and he just took it in the teeth of defense and got a lay-in out of it. Daniels lead down to 1, 28-27. A little over 10 minutes remaining. Daniels inside, spin move, no good. Gets his own rebound, comes out of bounds and tips it. And the fans don't like that. Oh, there's an and one for the Daniels. John Burkhardt just powers through his defender, and he'll try to convert the 3-point play.
It was a nice move down low, but it looked like Daniels might have been out of bounds when he tipped it. But nonetheless, Daniels took advantage, and Burkhardt will go to the line for one more.
Misses the free throw. John Burkhardt actually didn't score in the semifinals, so he's on the board here in the championship game. Zika finds more. Drive inside, kicks at the top. 3-pointer up, no good. Rebound Daniels. Oh, but tipped and stolen. Great defensive play by Jordan Turner. The shot's up, no good. Tipped, and the Daniels looking to run. So no harm done. Despite that, great spin move, puts it up, no good. Fights for his own. He actually gets his own board. Daniels puts the shot up, no good. Rebound Sig Ep. That was exciting. Daniels with a 3-point lead, but Sig Ep has a chance to reduce that. Drive inside, no good. Into 3 defenders, an ill-advised take. Daniels trying to add to their lead. 3-pointer is up and in. Robert Phillips had 11 points in the semifinals. He is a good shooter, and he shows us why he's considered one right there.
And quick release, too. In transition, he didn't waste any time when he caught it. Just went right up with it and didn't have a chance to get blocked.
3-pointer no good for Sig Ep. Rebound by the Daniels. Robert Phillips with the ball in his hand. Doesn't take the pick, goes around his left and puts it up and in. What a sweet move by Robert Phillips.
No help side, but then again, Robert Phillips did a great job of just using his body to get position and made his own shot down low.
The biggest lead of the game, 35-27. Shot airballed. Second attempt no good. Daniels can get a double-digit lead here. They're already up by 8 with 8 minutes left. Shot up, short, tipped, and claimed by Sig Ep. Under 8 minutes left. Pass along the middle. High post, 3-pointer up for Reinierson, and it's in. They needed that in a big way.
That was a big 3. Big 3.
Way to respond by Reinierson, keeping it close. As long as Sig Ep keeps it within about 5 or 6 until the end, either team could win this one.
Phillips picks up his dribble, kicks it over to the far side. Bansmer waiting for a pick or somebody cut. Nice, fancy move trying to get past his defender, but his defender, great defense by Jordan Turner. He didn't fall for any of the moves and gets the steal.
And he used his feet to play defense. That's what coaches always say, and that was a perfect example of using your feet to play defense. No foul, just keep your body right in front of him.
Reinierson feeds it inside to Turner, puts it up. He's fouled. He's going to be shooting 2. It was an awkward shot, but he's going to be going to the line. So his team rewards him from stealing, feeds him in the low post, and he's going to get a couple chances at the free throw line.
Didn't score in the first half, already has 2 in the second. In fact, well, if he had hit both of these free throws, he'd be leading his team in scoring in the second half, but he wastes that opportunity on the first free throw.
Jake Smith and Matt Weiss check in for Sig Ep. Second free throw. Rims in. Friendly rims here at Dixon sometimes.
Except when I'm playing.
Except when you're playing, Josh. 35-31. Daniels with a 4-point lead, 6:20 left in the game. We've got a good one here, ladies and gentlemen. Phillips fakes the 3-pointer, takes the mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound fought for and dug out by the Daniels. Chase Bansmer really aggressive on the offensive boards, and they're going to reset. Christensen's got a one-on-one, gets around his defender. Great pass inside and in.
Not only was a good pass, but a nice job by Burkhardt to get a nifty move with the right hand under the basket.
Wide open shot for SIGEP, no good. Second chance is up and in, so you really have to appreciate Matt Weiss. He's just finding his spots and being in the right place at the right time. Deep three fake, gets his defender, takes it inside. No good on the floater, but gets his own rebound. Nobody boxed, nobody was looking for the ball. Daniels leads by 4. Take inside by Daniels, he's fouled. And a hard foul, knocks over one of the camera guys.
Ooh, Rick,
camera guys.
Our cameraman Rick Peavyhouse taking a shot to the gut, but he looks like he's okay. Nice job, Rick. Way to get back from that after taking a blow from Trevor Daniels.
He's right back up. Thankfully, Trevor Daniels doesn't weigh that much. Otherwise, Rick might be in some trouble because he was moving. 5:10 remaining in the game. Daniels with a 4-point lead. First free throw, hits back iron and rims in.
I don't know if
those friendly rims, like you were saying.
Those friendly rims. I'm telling you, I don't know if Mike Riley has filled out his linebacker class for next year's draft, but I think he has to look into both Rick and Trevor Daniels in that class. That was a nice form tackle on that play right there, and Rick did a good job of taking it too.
Rick could play line. I could see it.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe a backup, get a couple years under his belt.
4:35 left in the game. SIGEP with the ball, one-on-one situation in the low post. Tries to get around his defender. He falls down. They're going to call a charge on that. He might have slipped. His defender may have slipped, but it's hard not to call the charge. Zach Twitchell had good position, but gets called for the offensive foul. What do you think, guys?
Well, it was kind of an up and under move for Twitchell, but he ended up drawing the foul on Schroeder. I don't know. What do you think, Roberto?
I definitely thought he drew the foul. I mean, he looked like he kind of slipped, and I think that's what SIGEP has to do is throw it down low and let the bigs work out a little bit. I think that's what they have the advantage on them. They have pretty strong bigs, and they got to take advantage of it.
Phillips around a pick, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound SIGEP, and they got a chance to clear the deficit a little bit here. Trail by 6, 39-33 the Daniels leads with 3:45 left in the game. Ball far side, Reinierson contested deep 3, tries to bank it, can't. Rebound Phillips.
I hope he called bank on that one. That was pretty bad if he didn't.
Ball far side, Bansmer thinks about a 3, can't get it, very well defended. Trevor Daniels in a one-on-one situation. Takes it inside, finds the open man in the corner, 3-pointer up and in.
Bansmer, we said this earlier, he was on the losing end of the COREC championship, and he extends the lead in the All-U, trying to get the title in his second chance tonight of the championship games.
Oh, and a turnover for SIGEP. Daniels with the ball again. Really intense defense from Matt Weiss, but they're going to call a foul. That dribble drive on that last score for the Daniels, that was all Trevor Daniels. He drove inside, drew all the defenders, found the open man along the baseline, and got his team 3 points out of it.
Yeah,
shot up, and no good.
As you said, those inside-out threes are a lot more efficient when you drive in and kick rather than just pass around the perimeter, although Daniel's shot right there is an example of just taking it outside and missing the 3-pointer.
Mid-range jumper short, rebounded, second attempt no good, a third chance up, and they're going to call a foul. The fans wanted to travel. Like Roberto said, it's largely a SIGEP crowd. So Reinierson will be shooting 2, and his team needs these free throws. First one is in. Daniels leads 42-34. And they're running out of time, but the clock does stop. Now we're at the 2-minute mark, and it's stopped at 2 minutes right now. Yeah,
Reinierson with the chance to cut the lead by 1. He went 9 of 10 from the free throw line as he hits one more to preserve the lead for his team. Last night he's going to need some hot shooting to make a comeback late in this one.
Daniels content to keep it slow, but this guy only knows one speed, drives inside, draws the foul, and he'll be shooting 2, Trevor Daniels.
And especially going hard like that with 1:45 left in the game and they're up by 7 and he's still pushing it, trying to get shots. I would have thought they tried to keep it out, maybe run some of the clock off, but Trevor Daniels says, no, I'm going to take it to the hole, and he ends up drawing the foul and going to the line for 2.
That first free throw stretches the lead back to 8, 43-35 with 1:45 left in the game. In these last 2 minutes, when you have good teams, clock management is important at any level of basketball if there's referees and a clock. Sig Ep needs to move, though, and they know it. A nice pass along the baseline. Can't get a basket out of it. Near side. Tries to find the open shooter. Dribbles inside mid-range. Doesn't rim in. Rebound, Sig Ep, though. Puts up a shot and in. Wow, that was a goofy-looking shot, but Todd Moore puts it in.
Yeah, a little fade away. They're going to need shots like that to fall. Cut the lead down to 7, but they're going to need a couple more of them.
1:15 left in the game.
They have to foul.
Sig Ep needs a stop. Oh, and they're going to call a foul there. Looked like he was out of control, but gets bailed out with a foul call.
I think they have to foul, actually, especially with the amount of time with not being a shot clock. I think they have to foul so they can kind of get the time on their side.
And we're doing a 1-on-1 situation here. Christensen makes the first one. He's another one of those Lynn Benton road runners on the Daniels. Played 2 years at LBCC. Second one, no good. Sig Ep needs to take advantage. Just over a minute left in the game. Ball almost stolen. Aggressive D. Cutter puts it up. Rims out. That was halfway down, and Daniels gets the rebound. They might get a quick basket, too. Great heads-up pass leads to a score. What a play. Bansmer behind the back pass to Christensen for the dagger. And they're going to call a foul, so 44.7 seconds remaining in the game, but it's a 10-point lead for the Daniels. Daniel Zika for Sig Ep will be shooting 2.
And right as I'm noticing on the opposite side, I think I see Dylan Maffey and a couple other football players. Roberto, do you know if some of these football players know any of these players or who they're here supporting for these two teams?
I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they're out here supporting the Daniels team.
Okay. I saw them here a couple of games during the semifinals too, and I was curious.
Now that makes things interesting. The second one was missed, but rebounded, and they're going to be shooting 2 more. Zach Twitchell almost had an and one there. Couldn't quite get it in, but it does keep the clock stopped. Like you mentioned, Roberto, the clock is the biggest enemy of Sig Ep right now.
Most definitely. They have to cash in on these free throw attempts and just make sure they're getting stops and fouling, going for the ball.
Twitchell, who had a couple nice jumpers in the first half, though, unable to connect on that first free throw. See if we can hit the second one.
Misses a pair, and they needed those in a big way. I'm really surprised that Sig Ep isn't fouling right now. Under 40 seconds remaining, and a 9-point lead for the Daniels. Early three-pointer up. Rebounded by the Daniels, though, and that should just about do it. They try to foul but can't. And a lot of time running off the clock right now. Three-pointer up for the Daniels. Seals the deal just like that. Kelly Christensen says we'll be taking home the championship this year. Little floater, rebounded and put up and in. So at least make it look a little respectable. Puts up a floater, no good. And that'll do it. Half quarter may count. Nope. Full quarter, really. So the Daniels comes out of the All-U League and beats Sig Ep, representing the Greek division, by 10 points. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I expect it to be a close one the whole way. Obviously, Daniels pulled away at the end a little bit, but Roberto, you said you expected Daniels to come out hot in the second half, hit a couple shots. That's exactly what happened. Was there anything that you saw that you were surprised about in the second half, or is it pretty much what you expected after the halftime?
It was definitely something I expected. I mean, the Daniels teams, they're extremely fast. They play a fast-paced game. They come out in transition, and I think that's where they're really deadly. And they picked up the tempo midway through the second half, and that's what I think they did, and you saw the lead increase.
Well, really, they just were so aggressive on the defensive end and offensive end. They ran every time they had the ball. They were looking to move. If they didn't have an easy bucket, they drew it out and got a smart shot. But really liked what I saw from Trevor Daniels, the namesake of the team, of course. The smallest guy on the team, but he's quick. I mean, he's that kind of guy who can create shots for his teammates. Even though he's a scorer, when the other team knows when he's driving, you've gotta help. And he was able to find some open looks doing that. Yeah, and it was a little bit more balanced scoring also by Daniels. We saw Trevor Daniels himself a couple times drive and dish, and he got some scoring for some of the other players. I mean, Daniels had 5 different guys score in the first half, whereas SIGEP only had 3 people get on the board in the first half, and a lot of that was due to Daniels facilitating, distributing, and getting his other players involved. It really seemed like it was going to be a close game. I mean, the first half it was a 1-point game, but the SIGEP in the long run just couldn't keep up with the Daniels. Yeah, they're a very good offensive team, and they showed that. I mean, put up a lot of points in the second half. They had 20 in each, but I think they've had better games before offensively. But it was a good season overall by both teams, and we saw they've already won championships already. So this was just adding another title to the mix, as both SIGEP already won the Greek championship in the Greek bracket, and Daniels won the men's championship already. So this was just frosting on the cake anyways. But well-played game by both teams. We're actually going to get to hear from Trevor Daniels. Our sideline reporter, Anna Singer, is just about to ask him a couple questions. And so we'll kick it over to her.
I am with Trevor Daniels right now from the winning team. Congratulations on the win today. What worked so well for you guys?
I mean, we have a lot of good shooters. This big man did a lot. Mostly, we just all played well together. A lot of driving kicks, a lot of ant ones at the basket. Played tough on defense. You know, that's pretty much it.
And have you played intramural basketball before, or is this your first year?
This is my first year.
And what have you thought of the experience overall?
It was a lot of fun. I finally got a chance to just relax and play. You know, playing competitively with a lot of these guys for many years now. So.
Will you play in the next few years here at OSU?
Maybe. We'll see. Maybe next year. We'll see.
All right. Well, congrats again on the win, and have a good night. Thank you. Back to you, Matt and Josh.
Thanks, Anna. And she must have heard us talking or something to go get Daniels and talk to him. Ask him how it went, and really, I mean, he has to be your player of the game just because he did so much on the offensive end. He was really pesky defensively, forced a few turnovers on the defensive end as well. Yeah, and then we saw Pierre Schroeder, who came in and kind of photobombed the camera right at the beginning of that interview. Schroeder was the one who hit the 3 right near the end of regulation, attack on extra points. That was his first points of the game. In fact, he didn't score in the semifinals either, so it was nice to see him get on the board in the last couple of games with that 3-pointer. But it's interesting for Daniels because they're a team that in the quarterfinals, and about 5 seconds left in that game, they had a tie game in the quarterfinals, and then they fouled the opposing team with 5 seconds left. They had to give up 2 free throws that would have won the game. They missed those 2 free throws. Daniels had the chance to go into overtime. They won that overtime. If the other team had made either of those 2 free throws, we wouldn't have even seen Daniels in the semifinals, let alone the championship game. But they take advantage of the second chance opportunity, and Daniels wins the All-U championship to finalize the triple header championship at Dixon Rec tonight. And again, Daniels now with the win against SIGEP, they end the year 10-0. How big is that? That's 7 more wins than our B League team had this year. So we had 3-2 record. We were still pretty good, but needless to say, we would have gotten slaughtered by Daniels had we played them. Yeah, the level of competition was great in all 3 brackets. Our first game, the women's championship game. Second game was the co-rec championship game, and you just witnessed the third and final of our triple header, the men's championship game. Congratulations again to the Daniels beating SIGEP. Thanks again to Roberto Nelson for jumping on and joining us, Roberto. Always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
And for Matt Walton, I'm Josh Ward.
And I'm Roberto Nelson, I guess.
And I'm Trevor Daniels.
There you go. Thanks for having us. We really want to thank all of the Dixon Rec staff who've done a fantastic job accommodating us, setting this all up. All of the KBVR staff as well. Bill Gross and Jack Kemp, along with Rick Peavyhouse, who I hope his gut is okay after taking that hit from Trevor Daniels. A lot of other staff who helped us out tonight, on both from Dixon Rec and from KBVR. And everyone who is watching tonight, have a good night.